Hi, my name is Carly Rico, and I'm a sophomore at the University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown studying Human Resource Management. This semester, Dr. Balog asked her students to conduct an interview with a professional in the HR field that will be able to aid them in their future HR career. Today, I'll be breaking down my interview and sharing the information that was given to me. Some background information about the company: I chose Croyle-Nielsen Therapeutic from right here in Richland, Pennsylvania. My HR professional is Loe Dicia Marguccio. Her tenure is approximately 2 years, and her position is a Human Resource Director. Some information about CNTA: they began as Croyle Psychological Associates in 1989 and was sold to current owner Amy Croyle-Nielsen in 2013. Growing significantly in the last decade, CNTA provides behavior support and therapeutic solutions to residents of the Laurel Highlands. Loe Dicia Marguccio works for CNTA and has for a little over 2 years. After attending Penn State University to get her bachelor's in recreation and park management, Dicia planned on being a marketer for the NFL while selling tickets at the Atuna Curve. She soon met her husband's family friend who informed her of a job in Florida and started pursuing her master's at IUP for Industrial and Labor Relations. Declining the job in Florida, Dicia decided to pursue management at the Holiday Inn in Johnstown. This is where Dicia discovered her love for HR and moved to CNTA. Dicia has certification in SHRM-CP, PHR, 15 years of professional management experience, and has written numerous policies and handbooks for the company she has worked in HR for. Upon discussion with Dicia, we decided that employee retention was the area that we wanted to discuss most. Dicia was able to give me so much information and tips that were very helpful and should aid my future HR career. For example, Dicia believes that retention is currently the most important part of her job. Finding good employees and keeping them is rather difficult, but still one of her main job tasks. Dicia is currently aiming to improve Croyle-Nielsen Therapeutic's employee retention by providing ample training and excellent employee wage and benefits. CNTA is one of the most family-like companies I've ever seen or heard of. For example, they recently had an employee who suffered a stroke and was unable to walk up her front steps. So CNTA actually hired and paid a contractor to go and install a ramp at her house. That's not something I've ever heard of a company doing just because they care about their employees. Employees at CNTA are highly valued like no other company I've seen previously. My key takeaways from this interview are the following: the most challenging part of the job. Dicia feels that the most challenging part of her job is dealing with the different needs, personalities, and working styles of the people employed. Her favorite part of the job is the employee relations. So even though it's the hardest part, it's her most favorite because she enjoys forming relationships and an understanding between her and her coworkers or subordinates. I asked Dicia what the type of experience would be most beneficial to my career in HR. She said diplomatic experience, but that one type of experience will not make or break my resume. Finding a balanced outcome is the most important thing I can do. Strategies that have worked best for her in retention are increasing employee wages and benefits, and a way to reward every employee with self-care and mental health days. Dicia noted that something that doesn't work in HR that she has found is sign-on bonuses. If employees are applying just for a sign-on bonus, they're obviously not there for the right reason. And how retention has affected Dicia's career: retention has been the absolute hardest part of Dicia's career, especially following the pandemic, where people are afraid to work or don't want to work, things like that. How does this relate to what we studied? So Chapter 5 was individual, organization, relations, and retention. So obviously retention. Dicia and I talked about performance reviews and exit interviews. We talked about motivation and how to keep employees motivated and engaged in their job tasks. The psychological contract that they signed between CNTA and employees, and the organizational commitment that many of the employees have. How does this affect me? I was given so much valuable information by Dicia that will help me plan out some pieces of my future. She gave me many tips as to who and how to contact people in the HR field. She also gave me the paths to do it, guidance on a field of studies in my post-bachelor's education, and information on some common do's and don'ts in the HR field that I actually found really beneficial. This is some photos of me and Dicia. I did have to block out her desk because it's confidential information, but this is her office at CNTA right on Buckfield Street in Richland. Some additional information that was pretty interesting: prior to her current position, Dicia did not work in intellectual disability services, but she did manage professional hotels and things like that. The company is beginning internship programs for students like me in coming years. And Dicia decided to come to CNTA because of their purpose and vision. She was also able to start her HR division from scratch. Because of this interview, I am so much more confident in my HR career. Prior to this, I felt like I had to do and know everything right now and get all the experience I could, because without it, I wouldn't be marketable. Dicia and Dr. Balog were able to show me that this is not true, that I have all the time. I have so much time to just learn and experience and prepare to become the best HR professional that I can.